What's up, guys? My name is Corey, and you're watching Sinister Reviews. What's up, guys? It's Corey coming back at you with this week's The Flash review, Episode 6, The Flash is Born. I really don't have to give much detail away about where this storyline is going to be going. But anyways, the story starts out where Joe and Iris' boyfriend are on patrol, and they're actually about to take down some guy who stole a Humvee, and who's just the cops are pursuing him, and they're down the road, and they're pretty much trying to cut him off. And when they go to cut him off, they shoot at him, but they notice whenever they shoot at him, like the bullets were literally sparking off his face. So the Flash comes in, Barry comes in to kind of resolve the situation. And whenever he stops the Humvee finally, or actually, no, he saw the Flash and the guy in the Humvee stopped. He got out. Flash began to realize that, okay, this guy is a metahuman, and he can transform his skin into metal. I'm not sure what kind of metal, like titanium, platinum, something like that. Very hard metal. And Barry ends up trying to punch him and breaks the freak out of his hand. So, I mean, you can imagine the speed, the velocity of which he's punching, and then, you know, pretty much hitting rock, metal. So, anyways, the story goes on, and you got the whole Iris thing going on still about how she's doing research and putting up this blog about the streak. And the Flash, yet again, Barry comes as the Flash to meet her, to try to convince her to stop yet again. But, she keeps telling him, look, there's more people like you out there. There's people they need to know that there's people like you out there that, there's like, I mean, how many people would be able to believe, just the streak alone, but now realizing that there's multiple metahumans. And because she's doing all this, okay, and, well, to go back a little bit, Barry was saying, well, he's like, I recognize this guy, because the metahuman had said something to him that he recognized. Come to find out, this guy was his old childhood bully, okay? Like, he used to punch him, throw him around, and he was just his childhood bully. Barry wasn't big or anything. He was very skinny and kind of nerdy. So, he had a bunch of bullies growing up, and this was his main bully. So, because Barry, Iris, and this metahuman all went to school together, Iris even knows this metahuman, and the metahuman, which I'm going to pun Man of Steel right now, which is stupid because Superman's Man of Steel, but I can't think of any other name for him because he is a Man of Steel, literally. But finds out that Iris is doing this thing on the streak, finds her, okay, because he knows he can take Iris, because, like, obviously the connection that Iris has with the streak from doing his blog and everything, realizing that, that was his way to draw in the Flash, or draw in the streak, rather. So, Barry goes and tries to find him, and pretty much gets his ass handed to him again. Alright, so Cisco basically tells him, look, you're going to have to go a certain speed at a certain angle in order to, do some damage to him. It's like, if anything is hit at a certain speed, it becomes, it can destruct, it can break apart. So, basically, they tell him that, Barry the Flash, he's going to have to go 0.1 mach, alright? 1.1 mach, which means like 836 miles an hour, okay? Meaning that he's going to be breaking the sound barrier, creating a sonic boom, okay? And he has to go within a certain angle. And they asked, Barry asked, well, how long of a distance will I need to cover in order to get to that speed? And it was something like almost 6 miles away. So, the metahuman Man of Steel pun took Iris, kidnapped her, took her to the old elementary school, you remember this place, blah, 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 waiting for the streak to show up. He ends up showing up, and he pretty much starts to get his ass handed to him yet again. But then he has a flashback, remembering what Joe said to him as a kid, if you can't win the fight, just run the other way. There's no shame in that. So he just runs the other way. but leaving Iris. So you're just like, what the hell? And all of a sudden he just stops. And the Cisco's on the computer. He goes, wait a second. He's 5-point-something miles away. And all of a sudden you see the Flash just turn around with these eyes and just, boom, just shoots off. And he's just going flying down the road. He's breaking windows and everything. And as soon as he gets to the Man of Steel guy, he just punches the shit out of him, going over 800 miles an hour. And then all of a sudden Cisco goes, supersonic punch. And it was so awesome. But, so he pretty much ends up, like, you know, defeating him, punching him and everything, and then he takes Iris away. But anyways, that was the whole villain aspect of the story, but that wasn't even the main whole thing about the cool part about this story. At the very end, okay, well, not towards the beginning or whatever, Joe met up with Professor Wells because he wanted Professor Wells to help him find the metahuman that killed Barry's mother. So, you know, at first Barry starts accusing Professor Wells, but then Professor Wells pretty much convinces him, look, there could possibly have been no metahuman 14 years ago, at least from my research. So they end up making amends and partnering up again to find this metahuman. So Joe's just sitting in his house, in his living room, just, you know, doing his normal thing and this research into the case. Then all of a sudden there it is, the red and yellow lightning flashing around in the living room, tearing everything up, and he could see the guy in the lightning, the guy in the yellow suit, and oh my god, that guy looks freaky. The same person that killed Barry's mother. So then all of a sudden it just ends, and all his research, everything he knew about the case was just gone. And then up on the wall was a picture of Iris with a knife through it. So, you know, that's obviously the dead giveaway. Look, okay, he knows that you're involved now. Whether or not it's Professor Wells, I have no idea, because how sketchy he is in some scenes, but I don't know. So come to find out, now we're going to dive into the story of you know, Barry's mother and how she was killed in this villain and everything. And then at the very, very end, the cool, you know, the main cool part I thought was, you know, Barry goes and meets up with Iris again, after having a little bit of separation issues for a while there. And then they start talking about the streak, and she's like, you should just see him. He's there in a blink of an eye. And then Barry's like, he's there, and he's like, it's like a flash. And she just looks at him, and she goes, and she just shakes her head. And when she goes to write down her blog again, she said, you know, she wrote down The Flash. And all of a sudden, her subscriber list just starts blowing up, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like it starts just going off the charts because, yep, people were definitely going to catch on to The Flash. So he officially is now The Flash, no longer the Streak. So yay, he is now the main the comic book character. So this episode was really freaking awesome. You know, it dove a little bit into the villain, and then it dove a little bit into the actual main story about how, you know, his mother died and who that villain is. And, you know, episode 6 is about time, since there's going to be 23 episodes of this season. You know, they need to start getting into it a little bit. So that's what they're going to do. Anyways, go watch this episode 6, The Flash is Born. You can go watch it on the CWTV website or app. But anyways, guys, this was freaking awesome. Like I said, go watch it. Anyways, this has been Corey from Sinister Reviews. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. And I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.